What's going on, everybody? And we are logging on to episode 118 of the podcast. Very close to 120. Things are going by quick. We have another special episode for you guys today, a spotlight episode with my very special guest, Nick. How you doing, my man?
How you doing, bro? How you doing?
Good, my dude. This was a podcast long time in the making, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, we had the delay when I got sick that one time a couple weeks ago, but we were talking about this a while ago, too, about doing this.
I think since October.
Something like that.
Like back then, I think we planned it for.
Without a doubt. If he looks familiar to you guys, he did appear on another one of my videos, the Weird New Jersey series. One of my favorite episodes of that little documentary I did where we went to the gates of hell, which was
crazy.
That was a blast.
That was crazy. I just remember going in there when we hit those bugs.
Dude.
We all just looked at each other. We said, "We out of here or what?"
Yeah.
So we keep going, we leave. Like it's no one way.
Yeah, I think it was you, the one that said it. It was like, dude, we're here. Let's keep on going. We got to finish what we started.
Can't turn around. I was like, let's just keep going.
Absolutely. And I'm glad we did, because that was the very first time, because I've been there a bunch of times back in the day in high school. That was the very first time I made it all the way through there. I didn't even know there was an end like that.
Literally, it was right when we got there. We took like 10 more steps, and we were like, is that the end? So it was like, okay.
The light at the end of the tunnel, man. Literally, yeah. But yeah, that was a good time. We were with Dylan Rivera, great kid as well, and Mike Maestri.
Yeah.
We had a pretty nice crew for that, and hopefully we could do something adventurous like that again for like a vlog or documentary stuff. You know. So how you been, man? How's training been? How's all the hard work going?
Everything's going pretty good. My coach just had a fight. He just won. He dominated the fight. It was his last fight. He was retiring after that.
Really?
Yeah, he was in the UFC. His name's George Sullivan. He owns the gym that I go to, actually.
Okay.
Like he started the gym. It was Sullivan Kickboxing and Checkmat, which Checkmat is like a jiu-jitsu. It's a worldwide jiu-jitsu thing. It's kind of like, Gracie and like all them.
Oh, yes.
Like everyone know, like that's like big in the jiu-jitsu world. So sort of like Gracie. Gracie's a little bit bigger, obviously. But Checkmat's like that. But now it's Sullivan Kickboxing and Rhino Fight Team. Frankie Egger came from them. Tom Galecchio.
Okay.
George, obviously. Jeff Lentz. Jeff Lentz was on, Tom Galecchio, too, was on Ultimate Fighter.
Awesome.
Jeff was on the season when Chuck Liddell was a guest judge.
Okay.
And he got in a fight he got in a fight over, I think he was smoking a cigarette or something. Something so stupid. And he got in a whole fight on the show for it. And he actually was coaching me for a while, too. He's such a great guy, too. All my coaches, they're all so cool. Everybody a part of the family.
Awesome.
Dan Fisher, we all cross-train. It's just a crazy experience.
Yeah, man. And I'm sure it's great. Like, I love that you said family, too. Like, that's awesome like that. A nice community that turns into a family over time and everything like that.
That's literally how our whole gym is.
That's awesome, because, you need those people to push you to success and to exceed and to improve and all that sort of stuff. It's amazing. Now, I'm going to pronounce this last name wrong, maybe. Garino, right?
Garino.
Nickname Rhino, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's your primary coach, you would say? Trainer?
He's my manager / head coach. Yeah, he's like my main head coach for everything, for MMA, for my therapist, freaking everything for me.
Nice.
We've cried together, we've bled together, we've done it all together, you know what I mean?
Yeah. When did you first meet him?
So, that's actually a funny story. So, how this all started was I was training R.I.P. Johnny, obviously.
Yes.
I was with Johnny at the time. And then I met our boy Jake. You know Jake Liveshits?
Yeah.
Went to Township as well. Shout out Freedale Township, I guess, even though it was kind of shitty, but shout out to that, I guess.
Yeah, you got it.
So it was basically, I was chilling with Johnny. We were just kind of training in the park, and he was like, yo, I used to come here with Jake all the time. Like, I'm going to tell him to come. Like, he can give you more work than I can. Like, he actually coaches. He's a black belt in Taekwondo. I believe 3rd degree. Jake, don't kick me in my face if I'm wrong. Sorry. If he's 4 or something. Sorry. But yeah, so we were just kind of training in the park, and then one day we were just sparring. It was like probably like 3rd or 4th day there, and Jake just looks at me. He goes, yo, like, he was like, you don't really know what you're doing right now, but like, he was like, I could tell you don't mind getting hit, and like you could hit back. He was like, you'd be great if you meet George. And I kind of knew, like, once he mentioned George Sullivan, I kind of like knew who he was from like watching UFC and stuff like that. And so I was like, oh, just let me know, like, I'm down.
Yeah.
So it's probably like a week later. He calls me. He's like, yo, you want to go to the gym? I was like, sure. I kind of went there, started training a little bit. It was actually funny. This kid, Aaron Powell, he's on the fight team now too. He does grappling. He's going to end up doing MMA. He wants to do MMA. He went to Township, Aaron Powell. You probably
that name sounds familiar to me.
Yeah, once you see his face, you'll be like, oh, Aaron.
Right, right.
But Aaron, he's one of the nice kid. It was so funny. Jake showed me the gym. Then the second day of me going to the gym, he brought Aaron. And we used to play Fortnite together because of Stevie G, and my brother. And I didn't know who he was. Then I heard his voice. And he was like, yo, you look like my boy Andrew. And I was like, are you Aaron? He was like, yeah. And I was like, yo, we play Fortnite all the time. So we started training. And then just from knowing him, I was like, all right, this is kind of like a small world.
Yeah.
Started just training. I started doing one-on-ones with George. And that was like in about January, February-ish. Of like 2020 about.
Okay.
Maybe 2020. Yeah, it was 2021 actually.
Gotcha.
2021 we started, and that's like January, February-ish. And I was just boxing at the time. I maybe did jiu-jitsu here and there, like just to do it because it was part of the gym.
Yeah.
And then a couple months later, George was like, yo, you want to do a kickboxing fight? It's going to be at iPlay. I didn't know how to kick, but I was like, you know what? Why not?
Yeah.
I'll do it. Like, why not? So I did it, and as I was training for it, Jeff Lentz that I mentioned, he was getting ready for a fight, and he was fighting in AC. So his gym came to come cross train, and then Rob came to come because he was coming back just to help him out with his fight because he was all their head coaches back in the day.
Right.
So Rob come, George introduces everybody, and then Rob was like, yo, it would be cool if I started, maybe I could do a class a week or something. So we did that whole cross-training. Rob comes that Monday, and he was just trying to teach in the class, and he kind of just comes over to me during one of the, we did a couple of drills. He comes over to me during the drills, and he was like, you ever trained before? I was like, no, I've been coming here a couple months. I was like, I went to this boxing gym, but it was all, these actual fighters. I was kind of just their puppet, which, they would just tee off on me. That's why I don't really mind getting hit because I was just used to it. So I was like, I never really fought or anything like that except for stupid street fights, high school days.
Yeah, yeah.
So Rob was like, you could be really good. So from that, Rob pretty much came out of retirement. He retired back in the day. He kind of stopped coaching for years. Came back. He was teaching me for my fight. I did my first fight. I still have videos of it. It was a cool fight. It was actually really fun. It was a crazy experience.
This is the one that was at iPlay? Yeah.
My first fight. And mind you, I started kicking a month and a half before a kickboxing fight.
Wow.
Why you take a kickboxing fight without kicking, I don't know. I just was like, whatever.
Yeah.
So the fight comes. I do the fight. And it's so hard to explain, how, a mindset is unless, you actually do a fight. But, once you hit that ring, especially your first fight, some people, they get it forever. Some people, it only lasts, a couple fights, But, when I stepped in that ring, everything hit me. The adrenaline, the freaking nerves. I felt like I had to shit my pants. I'm just, it's not, I was like, yo, I have time out. I got to go take a shit.
Yeah,
I'm just what's going on right now? Everything, I'm sweating. So I do the fight, and I just go back to my roots. I'm just boxing.
Yeah.
I'm teeing off on the kid. He's coming, he's teeing off on me. We're just going back and forth. I won with standing up, punching wise. We were team. But kickboxing rules: if you don't throw a certain amount of kicks around, you lose the round. No matter what.
Really?
That's just rules.
So there has to be a minimum amount of kicks at least.
Yeah, because
gotcha.
It's a kickboxing fight.
Right.
You're not boxing.
Right.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
So kid won. He obviously was throwing kicks. I didn't throw kicks.
Yeah.
So he points wise, we went to decision obviously, and he won. But it was a fun fight. It was a fun experience.
I was about to say it had to have been a great experience.
Yeah. And at the time, COVID was kind of a big thing. That's why we couldn't get boxing fights and stuff. And something would like the stupid like COVID test. Like George got it like a day late or something, so they didn't
accept him.
They didn't even let him be in my corner. And
Wow.
mind you, I only met Rob a month and a half before.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even have my main coach in my corner. All shit out of luck on that fight, but I did it. It was fun. I loved it.
Yeah.
I left that fight, and I actually walk out of the ring. George is waiting on the other side of the barricade. He looks at me. He goes, "So you're gonna start kicking now or what?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, let's just start at these kicking."
Yeah.
I remember walking out, and everyone's just waiting, and I can't see anyone's face. Everything's just, all the adrenaline's hitting me. I'm like, what the fuck? I need to go drink. Let's get to Tommy's. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's just get out of here. So we go in the hallway. Everyone's taking pictures. I'm just like, I'm over this.
Yeah.
I'm done with this.
Yeah.
I remember Jeff grabs me, and he goes, Jeff, I don't know, whoever knows Jeff, whoever doesn't know Jeff, super nice guy, but coach-wise, hard ass. In a good way.
Disciplined, strict, all that. Everything of that nature.
If you put your hand down, he's punching you in the fucking face.
Right.
He's keep your hand up.
Yeah.
If you're not going to keep your hand up, I'm going to show you to keep your hand up.
Right.
And that's just how I knew him. And mind you, him again, I only met him 2 months before too. I'm scared of him. This guy was in the UFC. I'm seeing him getting ready for a fight.
Yeah.
This guy's a dog. So I'm just like, oh shit. And but he grabs me on the side right after my fight, and I'll never forget it. He just looks at me in my face, and he was just like, he's like, you're a dog. Like, he was like, he didn't even throw a kick. He was like, you didn't give up. You went to the third round. He was like, you just started fighting. He was like, I saw the dog in you. He was like, if you just keep fighting, you're going to go somewhere. I was like, okay. Like, and that always just stuck in my head. Every time I fought now, I'm just like,
yeah.
Someone that was at the UFC level told me.
Yeah,
you know
right.
What I'm saying?
He saw something in you. He sees the potential in you as well.
Exactly.
In that, yeah.
And I'm just like, all right. So I started kicking. I'm training. And I get ready. I do a fight in, I think it was like February-ish. We do this fight. And
another kickboxing match?
Fight.
Yeah.
I'm just getting ready for it. And now I have Rob. You know, now Rob's like, oh, I'm coaching now. I'm back in the game.
Yeah.
I got Jeff. I got George. George was running me through everything, giving me crazy stuff, crazy workouts. I'm just doing it all.
Drills and
I'm getting ready. I do fight camp. I'm doing like a serious fight camp, and we go in this fight, and we do this fight, and I'm so ready. I'm just like, I lost that first fight. Screw it. Let's do this fight.
Mm-hmm.
We go in this fight, and I dog this kid. I dogged him, and I was so mad that I lost my first fight. I don't know why. I'm just like, I dogged this kid.
Yeah.
I broke his jaw. His foot was like a big bubble afterwards. Woo! So, fight ends. And, they say winner. And, the crowd's cheering. And I don't know what came over me. And I just started screaming, suck my dick. I don't know what came over me. It was just so much adrenaline. I'm like, suck my dick. And now the crowd doesn't know whether to applaud me.
Right.
Or whether to be like, fuck you, like,
right,
you told me to suck your dick.
Right.
So, my boy's recording. Shout out Bainvin, he's recording. He's like, yo, say it to the camera. And I'm just going up, like, suck my dick. Like, my coaches are just like, he's not with me.
Yeah.
Like, this is embarrassing. So, I leave the ring. Everybody else coming out. The announcer's just like, as everyone's coming out, yeah, so give it up to everyone for the nice sportsmanship. So
right.
I'm just like, oh, shit. So,
hey, man, it's almost like, and I don't know that feeling necessarily. You definitely do. But, like, after you win and everything like that, it's almost like a blackout moment. Like,
you don't even know.
Exactly, yeah.
It's just so crazy. And, I did that fight.
So tell me, when was it after that talk of knowing that people saw the potential in you and everything that was when you got truly serious with training and wanted to do this, forever if possible, right?
I think it was that, and like I was training so much and just training with so many like people and stuff, and like I lost my first fight, and like I think people were more happy that like when someone loses like a fight, especially a fight, they get turtle shelled. Like, maybe I said the wrong phrase. I don't know. But
I think I know you
get shocked. Like, they lose and they're just like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, why
Well, I think
they get embarrassed. It's a whole bunch.
It could be embarrassment. My theory on this, because when I watch UFC and stuff, like I think a good example of something of what you said is like Ronda Rousey. Like once she had that first loss, it was kind of pretty much downhill from there for her, you know. And I think it's a big mentality thing.
It is, yeah,
without a doubt.
So me losing my first fight, instead of me going down from it,
right?
I was kind of happy. I was like, oh, I just learned I got a freaking kick, start kicking. So I learned from it. I was like, all right, this is what I got to start doing. And then my second fight came and I dominated, and I was like, I'm actually getting better.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, yo, you're night and day, and it's only been like, what, 4 months, 5 months? And they're like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
So I think once people even saw the whole big transition, only a couple months, people were like, holy shit.
Right.
And I'm like, damn.
Wow.
And, yeah.
So, what got you interested in UFC in the first? Were you always a fan of like just UFC when it first started airing matches and everything like that? What got you into it?
Not really. I mean, when I was younger, I was kind of. Me and my brothers would just. Actually, what started, I guess, everything was WWE. Like, shout out John
was going to
Cena,
bring that up too,
shout them all out.
Yeah.
Like, me and my brothers were huge on WWE. Like, we went to so many shows when we were younger. We would do so much stuff. And, like, we were, like, we had all the belts. Like, you know, like John Cena's spinner belt. We had the ECW belt. We had all the belts. So, like, we would literally, like, wrestle for the belts. I lived in Freehold, awesome. And my brother had the basement. My oldest brother, he had like the whole basement to himself. Yeah. So he had his bed. So it would be like us and our friends, and we'd get on the bed. I'm the youngest one, so mind you, don't think I'm the oldest one. And they're just like, no, I am the youngest one. I'm like 12 years old at the time. My brother's 18. The other one's like, you know, whatever, 16. And they're just like, we're gonna wrestle right now. Last one on the bed gets the title, and like. So we would just go from there.
That's so much fun. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then high school, I was just fighting kids. Like, not like, maybe it would be a lot to certain people, but I would fight here and there. And I just, I loved fighting. I don't know what it was. I would just like the feeling. And like, as I grew up, I always said to everyone, I was like, I kind of want to fight. Like, that would be so cool. I started doing box classes here and there in Freehold, right behind ShopRite at Imamu's. Like, I would just box here and there. And
what was that? What boxing place is that called? That's not the
Freehold Boxing and Fitness.
Yeah.
Right by Jumbo Kitchen. Right.
Yes.
So I used to go there, and like, I did not fight at the time. I didn't even know how to throw a jab, and like, I would spar with kids that they're actually now. My voice cracked. They're actually now pros, Golden Gloves. Like, well, actually, a couple of them were already like Golden Gloves or Diamond Gloves, wherever they were at the time. Like, and I think like 3 or 4 of them are now pro.
Wow.
They're all really good, and they used to beat the shit out of me, like beating the shit out of me. And I wasn't going with all of them. A couple of them are pro now that I never really met, but they were from that gym, so that's why I went to that gym. Yeah, because I heard of them. They were really good.
The reputation the place had, basically. You went
and I was
there.
like, I want to go there. Like, that's what I want to be.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know. At the time, I guess like I was just like, I didn't really like fall in love with it until I got to Sullivan's, and like once I realized like that was a family, I was like, this is my life. Like, this is just what I want to do. Right.
I was gonna bring up before, and you know, I wanted to bring him up as well as more of a tribute more than anything for Johnny and everything. You know, good friends of both of ours and whatnot. Wasn't he the best when it came to referring people to you with all the connections and everything like that? Like, he referred me to you about weird New Jersey stuff, because I guess he knew that you were about that stuff too, and like some filming and everything like that. And this was a year before I was even started filming. He brought up your name. He brought up Bane Vision's name and everything like that. And that's awesome to hear that he's the one that basically referenced you over to that family and everything like that. That's amazing. And so you were telling me Johnny was like helping you train too before you even got there?
Yeah, like we were training in a park, so he just knew like he was into fighting and stuff. And at the time, like that summer, like before we started training, like we were like hanging out a lot. We were just hanging out at the time a lot. I was helping him with his clothing stuff a lot. Like I was helping him with photos and stuff. And you know how passionate he was with
Almost.
like human eternal revival was his life. So
yes,
like,
right.
If somebody was there to help him, like he was like, come help.
Yeah.
Like, he would love that. He always loved company. That's just how he was.
Without a doubt.
So whenever I was free, I was like, yo, I'll help you out. And then he also started working I was working for this power washing company at the time, shrink wrapping. So he came to make some extra money to help. So like we were literally together. We were working together, and then I would just go to his house and help him with his clothes or chill,
yeah,
like whatever
yeah.
it was at the time. And then we were training in the park, and he actually fought out of the gym. If you go in the gym, his name's signed on the board. I put his.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Every time I go in there, I always look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually fought out of the gym. He did I think it was a kickboxing fight out of the gym. So that's how I even knew about the gym too, because they would always talk about it.
Right. I know he made that great shirt for you too. Your last name's on the back of it.
Yeah, that was for that iPlay fight, but now I wear that to all of them.
Of course.
He was actually going to make clothes for my kickboxing fight back in October, and unfortunately everything happened like about 2 weeks before the fight.
Yeah. Which, by the way, speaking of that fight, what a well-deserved, first off, but amazing win.
Thank you.
Especially because of who you were doing it for and everything like that, you know?
Yeah, it was a really heartbreaking, like, dealing with everything.
Yeah.
It was for everyone.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of people more than me, because a lot of people were closer than him.
Right.
For a lot longer, you know? It was just a crazy time to be in. And, like, dealing with a fight camp at the same time was just, like... People that fight and people that have been through a fight camp, no, it's just not even just physically exhausting, it's mentally exhausting. You're watching what you eat. You're watching what you're doing. You're watching who you're around. Like, there's so many factors that, like, one thing can bring everything down.
Sure.
Like, at the time, like, dealing with that, and then, like, when stuff like that happens, you're just like, I need a drink, or I need to eat right now. And I'm just like, I gotta cut my weight. Like, I'm just losing my mind. Like, so it was just so crazy to do it. And, yeah.
I would say for that time, you know, especially for you when it came to the training and the training camp and everything like that and all that happened, you know, as chaotic as things may get, I think it was actually a good thing that you still stuck with the camp and everything like that. I think it was a good thing to somewhat get your mind off things, but at the same time remember why you're here and why you're doing this and everything like that. So as I just think, as chaotic as it may be, like, I think it was a great thing that you stuck with that, because like what you brought up before, like, people just automatically go to drinking or like eating all the crap or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll go to the comfortable stuff, you know, and it's great that you did that. Well, not what I just said, but the opposite of that. When it comes to diet and everything like that, how strict are you with cutting weight? What weight class are you right now for your fights?
So people get like amazed, like, I don't know, amazed, mind blown. I don't know what it is, but they're like, how much do you weigh? And like, I walk around 135, 140 at most, you know. I just look tall. I don't know. Maybe I look tall. I don't know what it is. People just think I'm heavier. But I fight at 125. So when I fight, I don't really have to cut too much, because some people cut insane. It's a big thing. Like in UFC, everyone knows Paddy the Baddy right now, that this dude walks around looking kind of obese, and then when he fights, he's like 145 pounds and looking like a twig, looking skinnier than me, kind of. So it's like, I don't really have to do all that. I'm not killing my body. I never want to kill my body.
Like, no big drastic changes in that nature,
So I try to just stay fit all year round. I try not to, like, oh, I just fought, so I'm going to take 5 months off. Like, oh, I'm going to wait until I fight again to train. No, my coach would kill me if I did that too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So when I fight, I eat healthy already. I don't really eat too much except ice cream. I love ice cream. So I kind of just try to, like, cut down on my food intake and make sure, like, I'm eating my breakfast. I'm eating my lunch. I'm eating my dinner. All, like, during fight camp, always at the same time. And then, like, the week of, I just make sure that, like, I do my normal routine, the water things. Like, you know what? Like, you intake more because like if I need to watch what I eat, I just have to sweat it out or something like that.
Right.
So it's just things like that.
I would say, well, first off, I would say you're jacked, to be honest with you. Like, shredded, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, it honestly surprised me that you said, like, you fight at 125 and you know, you're at 130 and everything like that. But I've seen pictures on Instagram and everything. Like, you're fucking shredded, man. Like, good for you.
Thanks, bro.
But have you ever thought of maybe changing up the game in a sense, maybe later on in your MMA career and everything like that, to either gain more weight for a different weight class fight, or is there anything lower than where you're at now?
I don't believe so. No, I think 125 is the lightest. But,
yeah.
But it's so hard because, again, like how people cut weight, it's like if let's say I went to 145 and gained the 10 pounds of like where I'm at now. It's like the people going to 145 walk around 160, 170, 180 sometimes. Like,
Right.
So it's like when you cut that weight and when they drink the water and they put it back on, I'm not putting more back on. I'm at my weight. I'm there. They're going to be 170 by the time the fight hits. They have those 30 pounds on me and it's like, shit.
Yeah.
Now I'm fighting even taller guys. I'm fighting bigger guys. So it's just a lot of things that come into play.
For sure.
But I like the 125 just because, like, I'm not killing myself. I'm only going 10 pounds lighter. It's fun to be in.
For sure.
People are quicker. Maybe when, like, I'm older, obviously, like, my goal is to obviously go somewhere with fighting. I want to be in the UFC. I see myself in the UFC. I see myself somewhere fighting, you know? So once I'm doing something like that, maybe like once I have a belt, maybe I'll go to 135s. I do like grappling stuff at 135s, 140, just because like stuff like that, you don't really need to cut weight. It's not worth hurting your body for.
Okay, gotcha.
So like yeah, I like more MMA and like kickboxing stuff. I see myself just chilling at 125 around.
Gotcha, and that's primarily like when it comes to the tournaments and matches and stuff like that. The kickboxing. And just, I guess, regular MMA fighting is what you mainly stick with, right? Yeah. But I remember the last time we were supposed to do the podcast, we were going to film it on the day of a match at iPlay, I believe. And that was more of a grappling one, right? Like a Men at War?
Yeah,
Men of War, right?
Yeah,
match?
So that's just like a super fight of just grappling. So it's just like a championship fights, I think, are like 10 minutes, and the regular ones are like 5 minutes, and you just go, and it's just whoever has a better position, or like if somebody taps. If you get a tap, I think you get like $100 bonus when you walk out of the match or something like that.
Cool.
So it's just one of those. And the team was doing it. I was supposed to do that one, but then we never got an opponent for me. So I ended up not doing it. I just kind of did like chilled in the back with the guys and stuff like that.
Yeah, and supported whoever else and everything like that.
We had a couple guys on the team doing it. And we actually do a whole bunch of them. There actually one I think in June, I believe it is. And my boy Matt Farina, he's on the team. He's on Rhino. He's actually doing the Man of War fight for a belt.
Oh, nice.
So, like he's doing like a belt fight because like I guess they like between the coaches and the promotion and with his wins and like how he is and stuff, they gave him a title fight. So I'll be there cheering him on.
Awesome.
Cheering on the team. Hopefully we get a whole bunch of people getting titles soon. You know.
Absolutely. Now, have you gotten to any sort of title fight yet? Or
Not
no?
yet. I'm looking to. I think I was talking to my coach. He wants me to really focus on MMA right now.
Yeah.
But I told him I kind of want to go to kickboxing real quick, sometime soon, and just get a title real quick. Just get like a little amateur title.
Sure.
I just want a little shiny medal in my room.
Yeah,
I have
man.
a couple like neck medals from like grappling stuff.
Yeah.
And that one of a kickboxing fight, but I just want something on my waist, you know? It's
absolutely.
Just a nice feeling to have.
And no matter what the award, as long as it's a belt, I feel like it's like a dream come true, like in a sense, no?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just a different feeling.
Yeah, right. So how many people are in this family over at Rhino?
So the gym, I think right now we're at about like around like 120 people in the gym.
Really?
But like fighter wise,
yeah,
I think I'm not even sure, about like maybe 20.
Okay, that's still a good
but like
amount.
some of them train right now and they haven't fought and they're just trying to get ready.
Yeah.
It all depends. Like actual fighters, like we have a couple guys. I don't want to give numbers and say anything.
Right,
wrong, you know what
right.
I mean?
Yeah.
But like our gym is just like even the people that don't fight like and just help train, they're still family.
For sure.
Even new people that come in, they're like, oh my god, I never felt like a vibe like this. That it's just like so family. Like we hang out even outside the gym. We always hang out. We'll go out together, go to arcades, go to like
awesome.
I don't know, hang out at a bar or something.
Yeah.
Like, we all talk. We have group chats. We always talk all the time. A couple of us like play PlayStation at night all the time together, like as a team.
Yeah, man.
It's just things like that, and like it's things like that bring you guys closer.
Absolutely.
And then when you train and you're in the heat of moments, you're like, this is my family. Like I know they got me. You know
yes.
what I mean?
That's so important.
Huge.
That's huge.
There's been times in the gym that I've done workouts that George has given me that like, like my body's done. I'm dying. I just want to give up, and I just hear my team screaming like, "You're gonna be a fight. Like you're gonna be a pro. You're gonna do this." And I'm just like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, right.
Like
Get
I'm
it back
holding this
into
big
it.
weight, and I'm just like, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Yes.
I'm just like closing my eyes, and I'm just picturing everything. I'm like, you're right. You're right. So it's cool, you know.
Besides training, as far as like sparring and everything like that, do you do weightlifting as well?
Yeah. I do strength and conditioning. I do it here and there. It's not like I mainly focus on it. Like, I do this Monday, this Tuesday. No, I kind of just work it in my week.
Okay.
I actually work at the hospital, so I'm about to start doing 3 days a week. So it's like 3 days a week, 12-hour shifts. So my plan, I can't really make it to like my fighting gym on those days because by the time I'm gonna be out of work,
be too late.
Yeah, there's gonna be no one at the gym. So I'm probably just gonna. That's what my new schedule will probably be. My 3 days a week at work. I'll just because Central State actually has a really cool gym and pool
yes,
and
I've heard, yeah.
So I'm just gonna do my weightlifting and swimming and cardio and stuff those 3 days.
That sounds like it would work out great. Yeah,
and my 4 days in the gym, I'm at the gym because I actually worked out my schedule already with the hospital. That the 3 days that I'm off are like 2 of the days or when the gym is closed, and the 1 day that I'm missing, it's only 1 day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I could always work it in some other time, like mornings, stuff like that.
Do you train or do weightlifting every day, or do you have your break day? Is that important to you?
I try to do like 3 days a week.
3 days a week.
Because like weightlifting slows people down. Like cause when you're gaining the muscle, it slows you down. So I try to do like less weight, more reps, and
gotcha.
Again, I don't want to gain too much weight. So like I just try to keep myself, like you said, shredded. That's all I like to keep myself nice and shredded. Keep myself fit.
Yeah.
And when you're lifting weights, it helps your muscles too. Because everything I'm doing, I'm like just pulling, straining my muscles and everything. So it kind of helps me like with the flexibility and stuff, just kind of like stretching.
For sure.
I do a lot of yoga, honestly. That's my main thing. I love yoga.
That's awesome.
My boy actually just called me yesterday and he said he started some hot yoga. My boy Nick. And
isn't that like extremely difficult hot yoga? Like it's intense, right?
Yeah, he said it's so crazy and like he's never done something so intense. And he said the girl that did it, it's like her man's or whatever that goes there, and he is jacked. And he said he literally got shredded just from doing hot yoga.
Wow.
So I was like, sign me up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just I kind of want to try that because that seems so much fun.
Yeah, right. I did it wasn't hot yoga, but I did some sort of like intense yoga class over at Jersey Strong, like I believe last year. Yeah, last year. And it was the first time really doing yoga ever, at all. And I was like, wow, like I thought this was more of a relaxing thing, but no, it's like pretty difficult. The positions and stances you have to get in.
Your body to bend certain ways. It's like
right,
what?
Right.
You watch these girls do it. And, man, I know you do it too, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to be biased.
Yeah, right.
But, like, I watch some of these people do it, and it's just, like, it looks so easy when they're doing it. They're just like,
Right.
But then you're doing it, and you just go to open your arm. At first, you're like, oh. Then you get to the third one, and you're just, how are they staying so calm? Like, it's so weird. It's so crazy.
Who would you say, like, in the UFC? Your biggest like inspiration or favorite fighter out there right now, and then maybe you could talk about one that's like retired out of the game right now.
Honestly, my favorite. I always loved John Jones, even though a lot of people hated him. He did his drugs, whatever the case might be. I just liked his style of fighting. He didn't care. He fought anyone. He always did title fights.
Yeah.
I watched his documentary about him and on how, like, when he first started fighting, like, he had his daughter or whatever, and he skipped amateur. He was just like, I need to make money. So he did a fight within, like, a month of training. Won the fight, destroyed the guy, and did, like, 6 fights within, like, 4 or 5 months.
Wow.
And went to the UFC from there and, like, literally was just running through everyone. And it's like, what?
Animal.
Like, where do you hear this? Like,
Yeah.
Where did you come from? Like,
Right.
His brothers are, like, NFL people. Like, his whole family is just freaks. And it's like, what? So I always liked John Jones, but Conor McGregor was always, like, I always loved his striking, even though it was kind of like sometimes he's crazy.
Yeah.
He always had a cool personality, and I don't care what anyone says, Conor McGregor made UFC what it is.
I would 100% agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what anybody says, Conor McGregor, and for the females, sorry everybody else, but Ronda Rousey made the female division. Like,
I would 100% agree with that
those
too.
two people made UFC where it's at, because, like, now everybody's watching it. Now everybody talks about it.
Without a doubt.
Everyone knows who UFC is, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And if you bring up Conor to anyone, even if they don't even know who UFC, what UFC is,
They'll know Conor.
they know Conor.
Yes,
like,
they
That's
will.
that crazy Irish guy that fights, right? It's like, yeah. So I always like that. But Izzy's I just like his style. How he knows his reach. If you try to take him down, he's like, bye.
Yeah.
I just like his style. I just wish he kind of rolled a little bit more, but his style is just beautiful. He can go to decision. And you're like, Izzy won. Like, it's over.
You know, it didn't surprise me you brought up Conor after you said that after you won. You were like, yeah, suck my dick. That's exactly what I thought of Conor McGregor style.
I love Conor. I just like how crazy he is.
He's so entertaining, man.
That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Like, I hate boring fighters. Like,
yeah.
I get it. You want to win, okay? But, like, be more like Mike Chandler. Fuck winning or losing. I'm putting on a show for the people. That's why I'm here. Let's put on a show. Let's give them what they want. Let's let them throw popcorn in their faces. Let's like, that's all I need.
Yeah, honestly, like, people, you know, if you're not going out to a bar or anything, people are spending good money on the pay-per-views and everything like that.
UFC now, it's like, what, $20 a month or whatever it is for the membership.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're paying another $60 per fight. It's like, what the hell? Like,
well, the fight that was on, not the most recent big fight. Who was fighting? I just
John Jones? The one
yeah.
John Jones versus Gane.
Yes. Like
2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's all you need. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're spending all this money, and it's like, let stuff like that happen, because people, even though it's quick, everyone's talking about it. They're like, that was
of
crazy.
course.
Like, that was crazy.
Yeah.
But, like, then there's people like Khabib. Cool, you got your title. Nothing bad on Khabib. I love his style, too, because he's fantastic at grappling, fantastic on the ground. He obviously, like, was winning his fights. He was getting the title. He was undefeated. He's cool. I love him. But if you don't really know, like, groundwork, and you don't really watch fighting like that, like, an outside point of view watching the fight, you're like,
you would think it's boring. Yes.
why am I spending $100 to sit here and fall asleep?
Right.
Like, cool, I get it, you're on the ground, but, like, I don't want to fall asleep. Punch people in the face.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I don't know.
And I think that's why when the UFC first started, it didn't gain as much traction. It wasn't as big, maybe because of instances like that. And people didn't really understand, like, oh, like, someone like you that trains, you notice things that other people aren't, as far as a certain position or move that they get themselves into for their advantage. And then Conor came along, Ronda came along, and everything like that. I think, especially in that card, I think girl fights are great, bro.
Oh, girl fights are crazy.
They are insane.
Yeah, they can be crazy. Like, what's her name? Cyborg. Do you remember who Cyborg was?
No.
She was ripped.
Yeah.
But she was just knocking people out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they made that heavier weight class for women because of her.
Because of her,
I'm pretty
wow.
Sure, she was just running through people. But then Amanda Nunes came, and she was just messing people up, too. Like, she was different.
Yeah.
But those are great people also to show that, like, you can be amazing, and then, like, you can still lose. Anything can happen.
Absolutely.
That's why I love fighting, because, like, it's not like basketball, like, oh, you missed your shot. No. It's like anything could freaking happen. Like,
absolutely.
You could be the Usman fight with Edwards. Usman was winning that whole fight at first. Winning. It got down to that last round, Edwards just got through that kick.
Yeah.
Boom, knockout, you lose.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. That's really the beauty of the fucking sport, man. It's the beauty of the sport. The unpredictability of what could happen, for sure. You know, I only got into the UFC maybe like 2 years ago, I would say, for the most part. And I don't know. Yeah, Conor had to have still doing like his last fight around that time or something like that. Or maybe it was longer than that he did it. But anyway, obviously always knew of Conor. I was always watching his fight. But I really started getting into the fighters and everything like that and who's fighting. And I was like, ooh, yeah, like that's a good matchup and everything like that. Through my friend Dan Getz. And he trains jiu-jitsu. Oh, man, I forgot the name of it now. But I'm going to have to let you know that. I think it is in Freehold.
Dante's?
No. I'm going to text him right now, and I'll bring it up when he texts me back, because I'm curious to know if you know of it. But when it... Wait 1 sec. What? Where do you train? Okay, yeah. I used to go to this place in Monroe. Monroe? Yeah, Monroe. And it's Caravaglio, self-defense, karate, and everything like that. And they did jiu-jitsu over there.
Really?
And I did that for, like, end of middle school all the way throughout high school. And I loved it, dude. I loved it.
It was a workout. It's like...
It is.
Everything's different.
Yes. It was... They really didn't take no shit either and whatnot, you know? Like, I feel like there are some places... And I'm sorry to, like, not really call anyone out here or anything like that, but there are some karate places I feel like that they're kind of just doing it for the money in a sense.
Oh, yeah. Even a lot of gyms.
Yeah, but, like, as far as, like, getting belts, like, I feel like some people are getting belts way too quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
like, my gym, my coach is so strict on that. Like,
yeah.
If... He doesn't care if you've been training for 10 years... If you're a white belt, you're a white belt.
Right.
That's it.
Until you prove yourself and you improve.
Yeah. And
yeah.
He'll tell you to your face, like, I'm not handing you the belt. I don't care how long you've been training. You're not good. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks sometimes for some people, but some people just don't get it sometimes. Sometimes some people are just not coachable. It's not a bad thing. It's just how people are sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like a guy that's really good at soccer trying to go play, let's say, football or basketball.
Yeah.
It's just not their thing. And
right.
You're trying to teach them something, and they're trying to bring, let's say, soccer back into it. And it's like, this is a different sport. Like, it's
totally different ball game, right?
Go back to soccer if you want.
Yeah.
Like, so it's hard.
I would say it's either what you just said or people really aren't paying attention to what maybe they're doing wrong and really don't want to necessarily improve in that factor of training and everything like
and
that,
some people want to be really fancy, you know? Like, they come, like, new guys will come in, like, let's just say at my gym for kickboxing, they'll come in, and they'll walk right up to the bag trying to do some spinning kick, and they'll literally fall or something trying to do it, and it's like, what are you doing?
Right.
And then, like, we'll do class, and we'll, like, be like, all right, guys, today we're gonna show a basic jab. And we'll be like, all right, just 3 minutes straight, just jab the bag. And you got this new kid, it's his second day, and he's it's like, didn't we say jab? And he's like, yeah, but I feel like that's so easy. And it's like, it doesn't matter how easy it is.
It's all about the repetitiveness and just train, man. That's it.
There's been people that have walked in the gym and they will like be like, I feel like this is so easy, this and that. And we'll be like, oh, really? We've literally had this girl, Victoria, in our gym. She's, I think, 14 years old. Go with let's say like he was like 24 or whatever.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, this is so easy. And we're like, oh, you want to spar? He was like, sure. We're like, all right, put your headgear on. He thought he was going to spar me. He thought he was going to spar my coach. He thought he was going to spar one of the fighters. And we're like, no. You're going to spar Victoria. And Victoria has been training longer than me. And she's really good. She coaches the kids' class now. She's really good.
Oh, awesome.
Like, she's a part of coaching the kids' class.
Yeah.
Sky's the head coach for the kids. But,
very cool.
Victoria's Sap. We used to spar sometimes. Obviously, I wouldn't go full power. I don't want people to think I'm beating up little kids.
Right. Yeah.
But, like, she's good. So he goes over and he's like, oh, I don't want to hit a girl. Victoria hit him. Boom! He's like, what? Like, what? We're like, spar her. Like, go. If you can hit her. Go ahead. So we made him do, like, the first round. she's kicking him, she's laughing, and he's just getting beat up. First round ends, he comes to the corner, he's like, I don't want to hit a girl, like, blah, blah. And we're like, hit her, like, we're telling you to, and he's all out of breath, and you could tell, like,
yeah.
We're like, hit her, like, go ahead. He's like, all right, fine. Second round they go, and he's trying to hit her, he just can't. She's boom, 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 kicking his legs, kicking the body, go, blah, blah, blah. So we finished that round, we're like, do you get it now? You understand why you need to know the basics?
Yeah.
Without the basics, you know nothing. Like,
right.
You just got beat up by a 14-year-old girl. You just got beat up by, like, you literally just got beat up by a little girl.
Yeah.
And he was like, you're right. And like, yeah, we're right. Like, we've been telling you this. So it's crazy.
Yeah, that's funny. All right, so I want you, unless it's like a little bit secret for you and personal for you in that nature, would you be able to walk me through your preparation of maybe a week before a fight? Where your mentality's going, how you prepare in that sense mentally and physically, if you do anything different than your regular training? I mean, like ritual-wise, too, you know?
Like I said, my coaches keep everyone in shape all year round, so, it's really just doing more stuff, like more repetitions on certain things, more this, more that. Again, watching what you eat because you have to make sure you make weight. Yeah. So that's really just in your head, like making weight and stuff like that. Yeah. And then, I guess like I go for more runs a lot, like when I'm getting ready for a fight, because no one likes to run. I don't care if you're a runner. You hate running. I know you do. Right. Like everyone does. And so I'll run more. But one thing my coach taught me, sorry if this is a secret, but I don't think it is, but sorry. One thing he taught me was to run with no headphones. It's a cheat code. You run with headphones, you're not thinking about your run. You're just running, and you're just running. Okay. So when I am getting ready for a fight, I run with no headphones, and I just envision myself fighting or grappling, whatever I'm doing at the time. I just envision myself in the moment, envision myself what I got to do, what I'm doing, and I run. And it really tests you because, like, you get to those, like, you'll get, like, let's say 20 minutes into your run and you're like, this fucking sucks. I want to stop right now. And you're just like, are you going to do that during your fight? Right. Like, you're literally in your head yelling at yourself, like, are you going to do that during your fight?
And you don't got the music stopping your mind from thinking that.
You ain't got nothing. You got nothing. You're just like, I got to keep going. Yes. Then you're at this point where you're just like, don't be a bitch. Don't be a pussy. Right. Mama ain't raised no bitch. Yeah. Keep going. Just keep going. Huh. And you're just saying that to yourself for a good, like, another 20 minutes. And then you're just like, you hit that adrenaline mark. And you're just like, oh, this is not bad. And
like the runner's high, like, sort of deal. Yep.
You're just high. You're just like, you're running. And you're just going for it.
Yeah. Nice.
And then besides that, it's just basic fighting stuff. Like, just doing more things. And that's really it.
You have a, I don't know, because I haven't been to one of your matches yet, but I want to soon. But do you have, like, a walkout song or anything of that nature?
Nothing like special that I do one every time.
Yeah.
But I like to do stuff that just gets me in the mood. Sometimes I'll do stuff that's funny. I like to be a funny personality type of guy. Like, yeah. I don't want to be super serious. Like when I do my face offs, these guys are in my face like, right. I'll do it to you. Like, they're so angry, and I'm just staring at them, smiling. We'll be in line about a way in, and like they'll just be standing there so serious, and I'm just talking to everyone around me, and I'll look. Like, I looked at one dude, and I was like, yo, I like your shoes. And he just looked at me. He was like, right. And I was like, whoop-de-doo. Like, sorry. And then, like, we'll be facing off, and they'll be so serious, and I'll be smiling at them. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Like, and it's like, yo, you can be serious. You can put up that face. You can put up that act. But, like, I know it's in your head then. You're just stressing too much. Like, I don't want to be stressing. Like, I just want to be relaxing. I'm here to have a good time. That's it, you know? Yeah, yeah. I train every day not to go in there to fucking stress. I train every day to have fun. Right. It's like, again, playing football or playing basketball. You train to go do a game eventually, and you're just having fun. You know? Right. So that's how I like to look at it. And when I go to fight, again, I want to win. I'm not trying to say this like, oh, I don't care. I want to win, obviously. Everybody wants to win. No one wants to lose. Right. But I go into each fight or each match, whatever I'm doing, not caring about winning or losing, really. I go into that just like, I'm just going to show people what I've been learning. I'm going to show what my coaches taught me, and I'm gonna go and have a great time. Every time I'm about to fight or whatever, I soak it all in. Before like anybody comes into the arena or whatever it is, like I'll just look at the mat, like the ring or whatever, and I'm just looking around, I'm smiling, just enjoying life, just soaking it all in because it's cool. It's cool to do. Not everybody does it.
Very true.
So I like to just enjoy myself, and that's really it.
I think it's a pretty good tactic, too, when you do the face-offs and everything like that, to maybe even throw them off, too.
Yeah, exactly.
And that might not even be your main intention. You are there to just have fun and everything like that, but, maybe your opponent could be thrown off by that, and then by the time you're in the ring and everything like that, it's like a flip of a switch, too,
exactly.
No? Yeah.
Like, my first match, I walked out to Triple H's theme song, and it was sick. Like, I was like, I feel like I'm in WWE right now. It was sick. And then I did a cup. When was it? My Man of War that I did in November.
Mm-hmm.
I did Man of War, and I versed this kid, Louis, I believe his name was, and I walked out to the Shrek song.
Somebody once told. Yeah, nice.
So I walk out to that, and I'm just enjoying life, and I'm just vibing, And as I get to the ring, my opponent starts dancing, and he starts laughing. And he was so serious beforehand. And he starts laughing, he's dancing to it, vibing. And as I walk by him, he's laughing, and he daps me up, and he's like, I kind of like you, So then we do our whole match. I won, and we go in the back. He was like, I couldn't help but laugh when I heard your song. And I'm like, yeah, man. And we just started talking, and he ended up being from New York also. He was like, I knew I liked you for some reason. And like we were just started chatting up, and he was like, let's train soon. And that's really it. Like,
awesome.
It was just a cool like vibe.
I was gonna ask.
How I like to be.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you about that too, as far as the relationship with opponents after the matches and everything like that. Like, sure, like some shit could happen and it might not end on the best terms, but like, are most of the opponents that you had is like a new connection in a sense?
Like whether I win or lose, I always look at it like. There's always something that somebody does in a fight, and you're like, whoa, that was pretty cool.
And like, something to learn from.
Yeah. So I look at it like, all right, we already fought. We did our thing. Let's train together. Maybe we can work together. I can show you something. You can show me something.
For sure.
If I lost, you can show me what happened.
Yeah.
I can show you what happened. Stuff like that. Some people don't look at it that way. They're like, fuck you. Like, I fought you. That's it. Like, I don't want to see you ever again.
Right.
I don't really care. Like, for example, I did a jiu-jitsu tournament at Sportica this past Sunday.
Oh, that's the huge like sports warehouse.
Yup.
Over by that Wawa, right?
And that shit is huge.
Yeah.
I never even realized that shit is huge. And we're in there, and I do the tournament, and this kid actually, I won a couple matches, but then this kid beat me with his arm. His arm bars were slick. Like, they really were. They were sick. And I got out of like a couple of them. One time, like, he had both my arms, and I literally stood up. I threw him off. But then he got me in one, like, but, like, it was so random. Like, the way he got it, I don't even know. And it was just so slick, but, like, I felt my arm almost snap, and it was just so fast. And I was like, whoa.
Right.
And then right after the match, I was like, bro, that was so sick. And he was like, thank you. And he was telling me how I did this takedown. He was like, that was so sick, too. And then we were just talking. I talked to his coaches, and they were just like, come train anytime. Like, come by anytime. And they were like, we want to come to you, too. And, like, there was another gym, Inferno, there in Marlboro. I versed two of their guys that I beat, and the coach was like, come by anytime, come work with us. Like, and I was like, yeah. So I love when it's like that, when people are cool afterwards and we can talk.
Without a doubt. That's really the community factor. Like, you got your family at your gym, but then there's the overall community with it,
when
too.
When you're in fighting, you don't even realize the community is huge. Like, I never really realized how big it was until I got into it, and it's like, that shit's huge, like, everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
What do you have coming up? Do you have anything planned as far as fights?
I have a fight next month, April 22nd.
Okay.
It's in Long Island. It's on the Fight Flex series.
Okay.
The place is pretty cool. My boy John Bain Vision.
Yeah.
He actually did this video. He started recording this video today. He wants to do a cool video for it. He hits me up all the time. Like, I'll just do pictures or videos for him because that's my brother right there.
Yeah.
And I actually sponsor him too, so he'll do stuff for me while I sponsor him, stuff like that.
Very cool.
And we literally trained from like 12 o'clock until I had to come here at like 5:30. Like, we were just videoing, doing whatever.
Awesome.
So I have that fight coming up, and then, like I said, I think I'm gonna do Man of War. Me and my coach were talking about it in June. And then I want to kind of do a couple kickboxing fights because again, like I said, I want to get a title in it.
Yeah.
But my coaches are telling me they want me to focus on MMA.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just see what happens down the road. I
Yeah.
don't want to give anything guaranteed because I'm not even guaranteed right now with what might happen. Sometimes you can just get an opponent. They're like, "Yo, we have this. Can you please do it?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, screw it."
Right.
Like for example, my fight in December, I did that fight. It wasn't even supposed to happen, and then like a week before, we were just like, "Whatever, let's just do this." You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
So whatever.
Where's the farthest you had to travel to go for a fight? Have you been over to AC yet or anything like that?
I fought twice in AC. AC, I guess, is the farthest I've been. Yeah, I think AC is the farthest.
Where
I've
in
been so
AC?
Showboat. It's right in between Hard Rock and Oceans.
Showboat's like one of the classic casino. Like
yeah, but they're not even a casino anymore. Actually, it's an
Oh
arcade.
no. Oh.
Yeah, they like something happened and like the whole where the casino was, it's a huge arcade, and now
That's
they do a whole
cool.
bunch of shows now. I guess get money and stuff, but the
Yeah.
arcade's sick. Like they have like crazy stuff in the arcade.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
Yeah,
gotta check.
Me
that
and my
out.
friends will we'll actually be in the casino. You know, we'll do our thing, and then
Yeah.
once we're like drunk or whatever we are, go right to that arcade.
Yeah.
We're just on the go karts. They have like
That's
a free for all. It's like 4-person air hockey table, and we're just
Oh, I've seen those before.
it's
Yeah, those
sick.
are cool.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. So we'll have a blast there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, all right. So AC, I play. I think you brought up another place before. Where you? Oh, Sportica. Where else have they like held fights?
What was that I fought? Sportica there. I think that's it. My gym does fights. They're actually doing one. I believe it's April 1st or maybe April 22nd. Day of my fight. I don't know. They have like 2 things coming up. It's like if any karate people are out there or taekwondo or anything, you guys want to do some like amateur stuff. I'm not doing it. It's just like for like more people for like that are like starting out and stuff. It's cool. They're fighting on the beach. It's on the seaside on the beach. It's actually really cool.
That's
and
sick.
they put on this whole thing, and like I go and I just help like the younger kids and stuff like do it. Hold their towel, whatever it is. I'll help them put their gloves on. Just prep, like talk.
Yeah.
Because I help the kids class sometimes too. Not recently. It was more back before like Sky's program and stuff. I was helping the kids here and there. When George couldn't make it because he would work or whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
So like I was cool. I'm close with them. I'm cool with them. So I just help them out when I can. Stuff like that.
Like far down the road, would you see yourself as a coach and trainer and everything, or something like that for someone?
I want that to be. I mean, hopefully one day I'm coaching someone that could get really good.
Yeah.
I help people out now. Like I'll do some privates with people.
Cool.
More striking because I'm more of a striker right now. Because like I can't be grappling is such like a different world. It's like there's so much to grappling. It's like a whole different art style. I love striking and like not to talk myself up or anything like that, but like I'm pretty good, like better than like a beginner, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
Like
I would definitely think so.
Like,
Yeah,
I have my basics and stuff, and I'm good with my basics, so I'm good at teaching people basics because that's what I like. I'm not here to teach you anything fancy. I'll teach you your jab, I'll teach you your cross, and just get you started. And then from there, my coach takes you and you do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm not here coaching anybody professional right now. Hopefully in the future, we'll see where my career takes me, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Now tell me, because we were talking about it a little bit before with Bane Vision on Instagram. What's his first name again?
John
Bane?
Mm-hmm.
John Bane. That's an awesome name.
Sick name.
Yeah, it's a sick name. So he's doing a little project for you right now, video project for you. I believe you said documentary, no?
Yeah, he wants to do like a documentary type. He's not 100% sure exactly how he's styling it out.
Yeah.
So he kind of just, again, that's my brother. He just called me up. He's like, yo, I want to do this piece. Let's do it. He actually wants to do like a commercial type of thing too for my gym.
Awesome.
It's going to be really cool. He wants to do like a Nike type of commercial. And like I said, he wants something on his portfolio or just something to like have on his like archive to like different things, you know?
Yeah.
So he wants to do a commercial and he wants to do this documentary type thing. And like today, we got there at like around 12 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And he got me like doing my whole routine, doing my yoga, like moving around with people, hitting the bags and stuff, and it's gonna be it's gonna be sick. He always does sick stuff.
Yeah, I've seen some of his
They're
work.
insane.
It is insane. It is
So
insane.
I kind of just follow him. He tells me what to do, and then go from there.
Some of the equipment that I see him have on his stories and everything like that,
Insane.
I'm like, what the fuck
Some
is
of it,
that?
and some of it, like, he has to rent because some stuff is so much more. Like, yo, there are lights. They're like these, like, you know, like lights that you see in videos. Like, let's say they're in like a room and they have like those blue lights or like
yeah,
pink and like colored lights.
Yes.
Yo, those bar lights, like one of those lights are like $500 just for one.
I'm sure. It's like, easily. Yeah.
Some of those stuff is insane. Like.
So sometimes, like, especially if you're not going to use that piece of equipment as often, it is better to rent them out.
And sometimes, especially when you're like he's been doing it for a couple years now, and obviously he's gotten a lot bigger than when he first started.
Yeah,
I love seeing his progress. Like I was with him since I think I was one of his first photos. Like he just got his camera and he was like, let's just shoot, and we took like photos on my steps in front of my house or something. And then we would just do random photo shoots, like, just so he can get good at editing and stuff like that.
Oh, awesome.
So, like, watching him going from, like, this little Canon camera and, like, just taking pictures of us on the steps to, like, where he is now that he's, like, I don't even want to do pictures anymore because, like, I got too much going on. And I see him with, like, I think it was, like, Coy Leray I think he was with at one point. I saw him doing something with, like, Chef G. One time or something like that.
Wait, Chef G?
The rapper from New York.
That sounds familiar to me.
Song like No Remorse.
I think I know that. I'm not too sure.
I saw him with like a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And like, it's just crazy to see and like so amazing. He does like a whole bunch of videos for Leafly and Cookies.
Mm-hmm.
He actually went to the Cookies building in Manhattan and did like a whole video thing with them, and like he was in the building for it was like the day before the grand opening. There was like some big thing going on. And it's just so cool to watch and witness. He's always with, like, big names or, like, doing some crazy videos. And it's like, whoa.
Awesome. Yeah, that is awesome. So when it comes to this documentary, do you have an idea of when it might be released? Or is it going to be a play-it-by-ear sort of thing?
Yeah, he kind of, he said as of right now, he wants to kind of plan it so that he can also get footage from my fight.
From the matches. Yeah. And I'm sure he's probably going to want some, like...
He wants like after stuff interviews too.
Yes, the interview part of it. Yeah,
probably a little bit after my fight. As of right now, I don't think anything's guaranteed, so we're just kind of going with the flow.
Yeah, right.
And again, he's busy with everything. He does a lot of editing, and all that takes so much time.
Yeah.
So even if like I'm not a person that's just like a customer for him. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
I'm his friend. He's just doing it just to have it on his thing.
Of course.
So. It's not like he's going to drop everything and do it. So, if he has a week that he has to be on a shoot, we're just not going to do anything that week. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, that's kind of why also we have to go by time because we have to just see when we can fit it in and stuff like that.
Yeah,
we both are busy, so it's just like...
Yeah, right. You just do it when you can.
Exactly.
But that is exciting, though, and I will be tuning in for whenever that comes out. Yeah. We were also talking about the pop figures before we started too, and you said let's save it for the pod. So now I'm curious about which ones you collect, if you have a good amount of them.
My brother actually mostly collects some.
Okay.
Like I've bought a whole bunch of them just to add to the collection.
Yeah.
He has like over 200 or something like that.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he has a lot, and they're insane. Stevie also collects them. I know that's probably one of the craziest pop collections I've ever seen is Stevie G.
Stevie G's, yeah.
He has one of the craziest pop collections I've ever seen in my life. If you walk into his like where his collection, he has like these bookshelves, and like he has it all sectioned out. Like he has one whole row of like all Dragon Ball Z characters, one of just Naruto characters, or just one of like My Hero. It's insane, like insane.
So
like,
he's big with all the anime and everything like that.
Yeah, we all are, but it's just like he was like I need to get full collections.
Yes, right. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, we're like me and my brother are more like we want the pieces that we really like. You know what I'm saying?
That's same here too. Here too. Like I was telling you before, like when I'm picking them up, it's either when I'm at the mall, like GameStop's in the mall. I know they're there. I'm gonna see which one intrigues me and I like, and just get it. Or like a convention, like a Comic-Con or something.
Exactly. That's actually what they did. Because, like I said, it's mostly my brother's. Like it's mostly his pop collection, but. They went to Comic-Con and they got like a Vegeta one that was like signed by the voice of him, and it's like sick.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so they get like a whole bunch of like exclusive ones. It's like
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I got this one in Red Bank, that Batman one, that tall one right there.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, and it has one of the original comic covers in the
actually
back of
sick.
it. I love that one. And it's like the sticker on there, it says exclusive there. I don't know how exclusive it is, but I was like, hell yeah, I'm picking this up.
That's actually sick. Yeah, a whole bunch of I like the Todoroki.
Yeah, Todoroki. We got Deku Battle Mode, and then the regular Deku. And then, Erwin on that top right in the
that's
cabinet
sick.
from Attack on Titan. Krillin.
That Moon Knight is sick.
Dude, that was actually my most recent purchase at the mall.
That's sick.
At
The Moon Knight show
GameStop.
is sick.
Love that.
I
shit.
love that show, honestly. Like
I did too.
I think that was like that and Loki were probably my top 2 favorite of like that whole thing.
I would say, so I would have to do a top 3. Moon Knight's in there, Loki's in there, but my number one's WandaVision.
WandaVision was sick. I loved
dude.
one. I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
That shit was sick, and I liked how like at the end like she was just like with the kids and everything. It's just, that whole thing was crazy.
Yeah, well, it really intrigued me, that ending, when she heard the kids' voices and then closed the book. I was like, oh, she's up to some sort of
and then,
no good.
the Doctor Strange movie that
The
came
movie,
out after
yes.
that was. I watched that movie like 4 times. Like
It's pretty good.
it was sick. I just thought it was sick because like they tied in Wanda. It was more of a Wanda movie, Loki.
Without a doubt.
But I just liked how they did it. Like it was just like it was just straight action. Like it was just.
Oh, yeah.
They really showed how crazy she is.
And they had some horror aspects in there too in
Yes,
that one, dude.
yes.
They kind of changed it up a little bit
That's why I liked it.
from the Marvel formula with the horror aspects. It was a good one. As far as movies wise, what are you excited for to see that's coming out? Yeah.
It's been a long time in the making, but that Flash movie is gonna be.
I know,
sick.
bro.
That Flash movie.
I know.
Ezra, stop causing problems.
Yeah, exactly.
We need this
dude.
movie, bro.
Exactly.
We need this movie, bro. It's like, bro, he just doesn't know when to stop.
I know.
Like, we need this. I seen the Batman thing in it, and like apparently he has like a 5-minute part in it or something like that.
Ben Affleck's Batman
I
or
think that's
Michael
what they-
Keaton's, because they're both in there.
I don't remember which one it was, but I know they said they have like a whole 5-minute part in it or something.
I think
like
that's Ben Affleck's Batman, but the Michael Keaton Batman, OG Batman, if you put Adam West to the side, he's in it a lot.
That's gonna be
apparently,
sick, yeah.
Can't wait for that, dude.
that. The trailer looked amazing, and like I loved how they did his suit and everything.
The suit looks great too, because I wasn't even a fan of what the Flash suit looked like in the Justice League movie.
Yeah.
Thought it looked a little weird to me, but this one looks excellent.
I'm also excited to see where they go with Spider-Man, because apparently Spider-Man is going to be one of the main people for the whole new series.
For
Secret
the,
Wars and everything?
yes, yeah, I heard that too.
So I'm really excited to see what they do with that, because Tom Holland, I don't care what anybody says, is the best Spider-Man.
You think so?
I think so. Stan Lee even said that when he like had Spider-Man and everything, like Tom Holland doing it is like what he envisioned. Like that was in his head.
I think he pulls off Peter Parker.
Amazing.
Excellent.
Amazing.
He really does. But I would have to disagree with you though, where he's the best Spider-Man. I honestly, it's not even the cliche Tobey Maguire for me like choice.
Andrew?
It's Andrew for me.
Andrew
dude.
was really cool, and I loved him. It was just, I think the movie ruined it, though.
Absolutely.
Like, the way they plotted it, it ruined it. He was a great Spider-Man, but, like, Tom Holland got the movie, he got and it's just, like, he has that personality. Even off camera, you're like, that's kind of Peter Parker. Like,
yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, without a doubt.
And I just like, when he's in there, he's goofy. That's how Spider-Man's supposed to be. Like,
yeah.
The first series of the original Spider-Man, they were...
serious. They were pretty serious.
That was
it.
like Batman. Like
It was.
we're getting dark. Like
Dark,
you just
depressing.
Yeah, it's like he's going into fires, all like breaking his mask,
Yeah,
saving old
dude.
ladies. That ends up being Green Goblin. It's like
yeah, that's right.
what? It's
That's
like
right.
what? How is this funny? It's not for kids.
Right. Oh no, it wasn't. It
He's
wasn't.
not neighborhood friendly Spider-Man.
No.
He's going to cage fights. What are you doing?
Yeah, dude. That was a classic scene. That was a classic one. Yeah.
But just how Tom Holland did it with like. He could still be funny. Even like in the new movie when he got super, super serious when Aunt May died and everything. You're just like, that's Spider-Man. Like, because Spider-Man goes from being all goofy and stuff, then once something serious happens, like Aunt May dying, he's just like, okay.
Yes.
Who's dying now?
Right.
Because I don't care.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And that was a sad part of the movie when Aunt May dies, right? But it needed to happen for that switch to flip.
That's
basically.
why I'm so excited for his new movie because
Yeah.
now he's by himself. This is
by himself.
This is Peter Parker.
Yes, big time.
This is gonna be sick.
And I don't know, you definitely had to have seen it. The post-credit scene of No Way Home.
Which one?
The multiverse. Where all the Spider-Men were in it.
Yes.
The post-credit scene. A little piece of Venom is in the universe now.
And because like the guy leaves or whatever, which is crazy because like he wasn't really a part of it.
Right.
Like the
right.
Venom thing.
Yeah.
But I think that's cool because if they bring in Venom now with the Tom Holland, oh man, this is gonna be sick.
I agree, dude. There's a lot of potential moving forward with
I hope they do
stuff.
like the Venom, which I forgot what his name, Flash Gordon, I think his name is.
Yeah,
when Venom becomes like Agent Venom.
Agent Venom, and Agent Venom actually eventually joins the Guardians of the Galaxy. Believe it or not. In the comics.
And like I don't know if he's part of Secret Wars, but I hope they include him somehow because that would be so sick. Like
I would hope so too.
If they did like a cool like Venom thing, like that'd be really cool because people love that.
Yeah,
but the way they did the Venom movie, like the original one, they made him seem crazy and stuff. Like which he is, but it's like it's hard to go from that crazy movie to Agent Venom. It's like
absolutely,
unless they did that whole multiverse thing and it's like they flip it all. But
I think. Like I said, I think there's potential for it, dude.
There's a lot.
There is a lot.
You just never know what they're doing. They have their storyboard.
It's very secretive,
It's so big. It's just like they can literally take this anywhere right now.
Absolutely.
That's why it's so crazy.
The possibilities are endless in the multiverse.
I love it.
Man.
Like As If. You seen?
What If?
Oh, What If?
Yes, I did.
Insane.
Dude.
Insane.
I loved Infinity Stone Ultron. That was amazing.
Yes. Bro,
that was amazing.
I rewatched that episode. I actually rewatched it the other day with my boy. I rewatched that thing like 10 times. Him versus
like, the Watcher was one of the sickest things ever.
What is going on right now?
Yeah, man. Yeah. And the animation was pretty cool too. I wasn't like a fan of it in the beginning, but I got used to it and I was like, okay.
Yeah. And I like how they made like the Dark Doctor Strange, but then he realizes and he's like, I gotta get out of here. Like,
yes.
I'm bugging out.
Yeah, I'm bugging. Yeah. Did you end up seeing Creed 3?
I didn't see it yet.
Dude, me neither.
I love it's amazing.
I know, and it was Michael B. Jordan's first directorial movie.
Yeah, I heard.
And I love Creed 1 and 2. I'm also, obviously, I love the Rocky movies as well. But I still haven't seen Creed 3 yet. I was wondering if you've seen it.
Yeah, I loved Rocky. Rocky's like a big movie.
Big time.
Yeah, I actually watch it all the time.
Very motivational. And it was Rocky's so motivational and such an inspiration that he has his own statue in Philadelphia.
I know.
It used to be placed at the top of the stairs that he jogs up in the movie, but they put it to the side. Yeah, they moved it now. But it's such a classic.
Yeah, there's
such a classic.
Yeah, in the past, like in the past, this person like was obsessed with like Rocky, and like it was just like a little thing that like I was Rocky and stuff to them. Like it was cool.
That is awesome.
And like they were my age range, and it was cool. And so now like before my fights, actually, you're actually asking me like one of my rituals. Before any fights, I like to watch Rocky for some reason.
Oh, nice.
Ever since then, like it's just like one of those things. And like I don't know what it is, it gets me so motivated. I'm just like I'm ready to fight.
Hell yeah, man.
Now. So it was cool.
Maybe you should do one of your walkout songs.
Rocky?
Yeah.
I want to do like when I get there, because I'm not trying to walk out to dum dum dum.
Yeah, right.
And then everyone's looking at this guy.
Like,
and
oh,
like,
this guy.
Who's this guy?
Yeah.
I want to be a bigger name and like have that be like a cooler thing. I have a couple things like that, like songs that like I'm waiting just to get bigger, because like I don't want to be that. Even though like I don't really care what people think, I'm not really like that. It's just like.
I get what you mean, man. Yeah, I get.
Because let's say, like I said, like anything can happen. If I lost a fight and I walk out to dum dum dum, they're like, "What happened, Rocky?"
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I'm just gonna, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Oh, let's see what my friend said. Madhouse Academy. You heard of that?
No, I'm sorry, guys.
No, yeah, all right. I was just curious if you did know that.
They're probably a good gym, though. I'll look it up.
He likes it. He's been there for maybe 2 years now as well. I think it's in Freehold. If not, it has to be Howell or something.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Yeah, man. What else, as far as movie-wise, like non-superhero, are you interested in?
Non-super.
Yeah.
I actually just, everyone might hate me for saying this, because everyone was watching it so much. Mandalorian, I just started watching like last week, and I already finished both the first 2 seasons.
Nice.
And I'm on the 3rd season because that thing was crazy.
Season 1 and 2 are excellent, dude. I'm all the latest episode just came out today for season 3.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I only watched like the first episode so far of it.
Okay, which I thought was great.
It's good, but I'm pissed because I don't know. I didn't watch Boba Fett yet, and apparently like Boba Fett explains stuff like from like the jump between season 2 and 3. But I don't like how they went from Baby Yoda. I know his name's Grogu.
Yeah.
I get it. Baby Yoda. I don't like how they went Baby Yoda going with
Luke.
Wait, time. Spoiler alert.
Oh, yeah, spoiler alert. Yeah, I'll have the sign up.
Yeah, spoiler alert. I don't like how Grogu went from, yo, Luke, like, go with Luke, to 3rd season comes, and he lands the plane, and, hey, Grogu.
He's just with
It's
him.
like,
yeah.
bro, you guys at least where they did that recap, show the part in Boba Fett where, like, what he was doing.
Without a doubt, they should have.
Something.
Without a doubt, they should have.
If people didn't just, like me, like,
I didn't watch Boba either.
And it's like, how do I know what the heck happened?
Right.
They kind of messed up with that.
Yeah.
I get it that they wanted like a middle show or whatever the case
They
might
wanted
be.
a connection to the whole universe and everything like that.
Which
you
is
know?
what they do a lot with Star Wars. I get it, but it's just like you guys should have added that in.
Also, the fact that Boba Fett wasn't even that good of a show, and a lot of people didn't even watch it.
I didn't watch
That's
it
the
yet,
thing.
but from season 2, I was like, yo, this might be cool. Because like he looks pretty sick in Mandalorian.
Oh, no. Boba is a classic
he is.
badass character, man. He is cool. But I debate this with my co-host Luke all the time. I think Mando could beat Boba Fett in a fight in combat.
Oh, he can.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bro, that was a proven, like, Boba Fett's a droid. That's all I gotta say. The Mando, he don't like droids. That's all I gotta say. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, no, clone. I think you mean clone.
Clone,
really.
whatever.
Or is he a clone? I don't even know.
Yeah, he is. They say it.
Yes, right?
They say it in Mandalorian because he's arguing with someone, and they're like, "You're a clone." Oh, with the what's her name? Ko something. The lady that was like the queen of Mandalorian.
Oh, Bo-Katan?
Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
Bo-Katan. She literally when Boba and Mandalorian go to them because they're about to spoiler alert, by the way, for the show when they're about to go take over that spaceship at the end of season 2.
Yeah.
She goes, "I don't listen to clones or whatever." Like,
yes, that's right.
And he goes, "What are you gonna do?" And they get in that whole fight.
I remember
You know
that.
what I'm
Yep.
And by the way, again, spoiler, he kind of almost got washed by that girl, and all 3 of those girls know that he's a savage. So like, if they can take him, I think he can take him.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Fact there. Also, with what he did on that ship, I think it was like the prisoner episode when they're on that spaceship to they kind of set him up, and they're gonna lock him up.
Yes, that's right.
Bro, when he escapes that cell, and I'm so sorry for all these spoilers.
Nah,
when he escapes that cell, and you think he kills everyone, but then all 5 or 6 of them and they're all supposed to be these amazing killers and everything.
Yeah.
And they all end up in the cell, and they weren't even killed. They were all knocked out. Come on, bro. Like, Boba ain't got nothing on him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think... And, he was barely in the original movies. He was just seen as that badass presence, They still kind of nerfed him in a sense, in that way,
But Mandalorian, like, also, like, even when the show, like, in season 1, everyone that knew who he was, when they were around him, they were like, he was in some crazy stuff with us, this and that.
Yeah.
So it's like, everyone knows
who
him.
He is. They're either well respective of him or scared of the guy,
exactly.
And it's great. The show set such a great tone in that first season. And I think this 3rd season is pretty good so far. He has the Darksaber now, which is badass. That's another little spoiler thing too.
Yeah, but I'm waiting to see, because again, I'm not deep into season 3 yet.
Yeah, but that happens in season 2 if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought I just spoiled something for you.
I think maybe I'll watch the second episode too, because I seen him get in some fight and he had to use it against some on their planet or on the Mandalorian planet.
Yeah, and it was so heavy he was barely able to use
that's
that.
That's what I was saying. He was like barely able to use it, so I'm excited because I haven't watched it all. I'm excited to see what he does with that, and I really want. I hate that she was only in one episode. What's her name? The Jedi that he first goes to. She was taught by
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
I was because I watched Clone Wars and I thought that's like a top 5 cartoon, by the way. Clone Wars.
I haven't watched that.
Go
dude.
watch it.
Yeah.
Because that's what got me into Star Wars heavy. Clone Wars is one of the best like cartoons and stuff, like TV shows. Right now,
I've heard that from many people.
it's just insane.
Yeah.
Ahsoka was in that, and they like show her as a child, and she's so like crazy. When they mentioned her name, I was like, are they gonna show her grown up? And then she comes out there and starts whooping. I'm like,
yeah. No, that whole episode with her and Mando was excellent.
because she was taught by not Darth Vader, but
Anakin.
Anakin.
Yeah, right.
So like, I was
She's
like,
getting her own show
this
too.
is gonna be sick. No way.
It's coming out soon.
They did her so well. Like
They did.
The way they did her, they literally
was
took
excellent.
the cartoon and put it into real life. I was like,
Yeah.
this is the. I was texting my boy that I was like, bro, this is insane. And I was I kept pausing it. I'm like, bro, okay.
I've seen the cartoon version of Bo-Katan, and the actress they have for Bo-Katan is like almost pinpoint exactly look the same, dude. I'm like,
Yeah.
their casting's great, man.
Yeah.
The casting is excellent for all of Star Wars for the most part.
That's low key Disney. Oh well, Star Wars
without a
too,
doubt.
But
Without a
Disney,
doubt.
like I don't know how they do it, but they get their characters so perfect.
Oh, they do.
They're like, yeah, you're gonna play them. You're gonna play them.
Yes.
It's just so perfect.
They really do. And I'm not even like the biggest fan of Disney nowadays with certain things, but
no, I understand.
you gotta give it to them as far as casting and everything like that. They do great. And what's really important, they do listen to the fans as far as who they want to play who.
And I feel like they do that sometimes. Like they'll release a show, be like, here's the first season, and then we'll be like, everyone will be like, that is trash. The next thing they make is like they're like, all right, let's try this out.
Yes,
it's
right.
Like they're kind of testing everything with these shows.
Without a doubt.
I think that's why all these shows are dropping, because they're trying to test everything, and then they're like, all right, this is what we're not going to do for the movie. Like,
right, exactly.
But that's just I don't know.
Exactly. I remember when we were doing that, when we were filming the Gates of Hell episode, and I think She-Hulk was going on at the time.
Oh, I loved She-Hulk.
I know you did. I remember you saying that.
People
Dude,
hated it.
I couldn't stand that show, man.
All right, the only no, I'm not going to sit here and say I loved it. Like, I'll rewatch it a million times. No.
Right.
I just liked the comedy aspect of it. Like it wasn't one of those shows that like had to be
super action,
like super serious and everything.
Oh, definitely not super serious.
I think so much serious stuff was happening in the Marvel universe that they were like, we need a break real quick. Let's just throw everybody off course.
Yeah.
And they were just kind of doing a whole bunch of things. I don't really like how they had Daredevil and her get together.
I wasn't a fan of that either, but that was probably the best episode of the season.
That was a great episode.
Daredevil was great.
But like, yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
But I was just like, she should be with someone else. But
I think
it's a cool show.
My opinion on when they release the new Daredevil show, which they're filming right now,
oh, that's gonna be sick.
it's either going to be the best day for comic book television, or quite possibly the worst day for comic.
Yeah, but I think they have to do it so well, because like
I think so too.
Did you watch Daredevil, the one that was on Netflix?
Bro, I was in love. That's my number one favorite Netflix show of all time.
And that whole series of Luke Cage, Jessica Jones.
Luke Cage was good. Jessica Jones, I liked.
I thought they were right, but I liked how they tied everybody together with the Defenders.
Yeah.
I was like, this is sick.
It is. Yeah, that was awesome. Punisher.
I loved Punisher. Yeah, that was sick.
And he's coming back for the show too.
I know, that's
Daredevil.
gonna be sick. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, man.
And there's just so much to it.
There is. It is. It's a lot. It could be a lot if like you miss out on some
gotta
shows and movies. I know, man.
All right, I love Marvel, but like comic wise, DC comics are insane.
Dude, I tell Luke Gans that all the time, and he's like, nah, Marvel's better. I'm like, dude, you don't understand.
Not comic book wise.
Not comic book wise is
Marvel
right.
is the childish way.
Yeah.
You know, not trying to talk bad, because I love Marvel.
Right.
I'm not here. It's just when you're reading them, you can tell. DC, you're reading that and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Some shit could be real as anything. Dark. I mean, we're talking. Like, I always bring this up, too. It's like, you put the Avengers against the Justice League. It is such an easy win that the Justice League.
Exactly.
Because they're gods, dude.
And, like, that's the thing. DC, the way they had their characters doing their, like, getting their powers, or, like, Green Arrow, he doesn't even have powers, but the way they set him up is, like, so... It could happen.
Yes.
It's not like Marvel. I love Spider-Man, but Spider bit him, Spider disappeared or died or whatever, and nobody else can be Spider-Man. Like, and he just had a special DNA that made him into a spider-free thing.
Right.
No.
yeah.
Flash, for example, he's in the lab, he's trying to do stuff, and lightning just, because thing went off, lightning ended up hitting this thing, and it got on him.
Yeah.
They were so detailed on that.
They were,
he was freaking out. He was like, what the hell? Green Arrow. They weren't like, oh, this guy just went to the thing. He was just such a good guy. No. You got caught on an island.
Yeah.
You had to fight for your life. And then you have these assassins coming after you. And you got to literally just... You got good because you had no choice to.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It was survival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like how they do stuff like that. And
Arrow was great for its first 3 seasons, man. And
yeah, they
then
just dragged it on.
Yeah, and then they dragged it.
I think they were like, this is such a hit. Let's just keep going.
Exactly. And Flash is about to end too, and then I think they're done with that whole CW universe.
I think they dragged Flash a little too much, a little bit too.
I loved Flash. Was good for, I would say, the first 3 seasons too, and then I fell off of it.
Then like there was like I don't know how many seasons there were, but there was like 2 or 3 that were shitty, and they came back for like a good season or 2. Then I haven't really watched it since.
They're on 9, dude. This 9th is the last one.
That is crazy. Like, for a superhero show, do they go that long? Like,
hell yeah, man. I mean, good for them. Good
for them, but it's crazy.
It is crazy, yeah. But all right, dude, I think we're going to wrap up shop there and everything like that.
Yeah.
Nick, I want to really thank you for coming on the pod and everything like that, and telling me about your craft and whatnot. And I would love to see one of your fights one of these days coming up. You definitely got to keep me updated on when they're coming up.
Maybe April. If you want to come out there, it's a little far to Long Island, but from here it's not too bad. It's like same distance as AC though. So
yeah, that wouldn't be a bad drive at all.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
I'll definitely let you know because it's in the middle of like a bar club thing, so it's gonna be really.
Oh, cool! Hell yeah, man!
Really cool.
Make it a whole. It would be during a weekend.
It's always most of my fights are either like Saturday, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
It would be cool if it could even be a whole weekend thing if we plan it out right.
Yeah, I'm trying to get like an Airbnb and like try to get a house and see who would be down for that because I have to be there Friday because apparently they do weigh-ins the day before for this one.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not gonna go to Long Island, come back.
No.
And especially like that's another thing. Like a lot of fighters, real quick.
Yeah. Go ahead.
A lot of fighters do too. Like if you got to go to AC, it's so annoying to day of your fight when especially day of your fight, you're drained. You got no water in you. You got nothing. You're trying to make weight. So to drive that 2 hours morning of the fight. To sit there and wait for the fight, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, right.
It's so much easier to sleep at the place the night before.
Absolutely.
And then like you wake up in the morning, like you can just do your thing, relax. You don't got to worry about traffic driving there.
Yeah.
You're sitting there in the car, like, all right, this fight's about to happen. Like I'm about to go fight right now. Like
it's almost like not that you are rushing, but it's like, all right, there's no time to sit down for a second, like get my thoughts collected and all that stuff. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think that's major key right there. I think getting somewhere the night before if it's a little bit of travel. It's all mindset. Yeah, man. But all right, dude. How about you let them know where they could find you on social media and everything like that, and I'll edit all in the description below as well.
Yeah, my Instagram's at Nick_Saginor. My Twitter is Nick Saginor, and my Facebook is just Nicholas Saginor. You can follow me on whatever you would like. Instagram I usually is what I keep my fighting stuff on, so if you go on my Instagram you can see all like my videos and stuff. You can see all the pictures of the fights. You can see a couple videos that John made already for me.
Hell yeah.
Because again he just likes to experiment with me, so you can watch those. There's a video that's like 15 minutes. There's that video you can go watch me see screaming at everybody to suck my dick.
I need to see that now too. Yeah.
So you can go watch me on everything, you know.
Cool, man. And is there a specific and designated website for people to buy tickets for your events, or is it all different?
Contact me. Anytime I have an event, just contact me. I got you. I'll usually have tickets, or I'll direct you where you gotta get tickets from.
Cool.
If I don't answer right away, I'm not on my phone all the time. Especially week of the fight, I don't go on my phone until it's like at least 9 o'clock at night because I don't want that in my head.
No distractions and everything like that. Yeah.
Stuff like that. What else is there? I had something in my head that I can't even think. Oh, and if you want to train, just come by. We'll let you try it out for a week. Come by to Sullivan's Kickboxing Academy in Toms River, Rhino Fight Team. We also have a new coach in there, Frank. He's a self-defense guy. He also is a kickboxing guy. He's really good.
Cool.
We have Sky. She teaches Taekwondo. She's a great Taekwondo coach, and they do a whole bunch of tournaments as well for that. We also have the grappling team for Rhino and everything, and we do Man of War. We do jiu-jitsu classes. We're open Monday through Thursday, 6 to 8:30, or Thursday we're there at like 10 a.m. to like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. So just come by. If you fight and you just want to get some work in, come by. Do whatever you got to do. We're not a gym that's super strict with who can come. If you want to come and get working, come and get working. We don't really care.
Cool.
And we're not assholes. So.
And I'll put the website for that in the description below as well, so you could find out all the information there for that as well. All right, on my end, if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and also follow us on all social media platforms at Frank_videos. Nick, thank you once again for joining.
Of course.
And for you guys, thank you for watching. And until next time, peace out.
Also, give a shout out to Human Internal Revival. Go follow them.
Absolutely.
R.I.P. Johnny, man.
Yes, R.I.P. Johnny.
Dina she was on Real Housewives of New Jersey. She was married, so we'll break it down. Dina and her husband end up like divorcing, and she moves to California and marries like another guy, like years and years later. Mm-hmm. The ex-husband hired a hitman to go kill them in California, and beat the shit out of both of them, like the husband and Dina. And then, like, left because, like, they fought back, whatever. Yeah. They were both, like, fucked up in the hospital. And it came out that it was him. But the reason it's such a big deal is because his dad was killed and found in a trunk, like, years before Housewives, dead from a mob hit.
Holy shit.
It's like they're still, like, tied in it. Isn't that crazy?
That's scary.
Yes.
That's almost
crazy,
like
right?
that's like actually like
a movie,
fiction, TV show status story.
Yeah, like
that's like me explaining.
Yeah, like no, it's real.
Yeah,
like, they literally had mob, and they've always
fucking
denied it. Like
insane.
we don't talk about how Al's father died. Like we don't discuss it, but you just look it up. But that was cool.